I got a bunch of video games here. All of them are competitive games, games in which I stayed and I played maybe at least 20 hours, I'd say. They are all competitive games, so these are not like the games that I played or single player games that I played. And I want to tier list them. I want to tier list them based on my opinion. Maybe I'm going to talk about objective opinions, but honestly, I mean, when it comes to objectiveness and opinions, they don't really work together, okay? So you probably shouldn't listen to anyone who says that objectively something is good or bad. Doesn't work like that. However, to start strong, this might be as objective as it gets. Counter-Strike might definitely be an S tier game for most people, and if it's not, then it should definitely be considered an S tier game. How is it still alive? How is this game still alive? It's been out, like the first Counter-Strike mode, it's been like out since before 2000, right? 1999. How crazy is that? And it's basically kept as close as possible to that formula for so long. Now, I guess this is CS2. I think I played CS2 more than CSGO. However, I don't have that many hours. I'd say roughly I've got maybe under 200 hours, let's see. And that's like in 5 years, because I think Counter-Strike 2 counts everything. Okay, well, it doesn't show. Whatever. I've got like under 200 hours, so I don't have that long in this game. However, the fact that it keeps the same mechanics for so long, and it's so smooth and it feels so good to be shooting in, and still so many players just come back to this game and watch the pro scene and everything. I mean, what, the majors still hold up like a million people on Twitch? Like, how crazy is that for a game that's so old? Now, Counter-Strike 2, you can say that it's a new game, but let's be honest, there is barely anything that's different. They just updated the smokes and the graphics look a bit better. So it's gotta be like an S tier game. Now, this is a game that recently came out, and Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals, I think, is a solid A game. I think the fact that this game came out, and it came out in an area already dominated by Overwatch, and it did so many things, and it took over in the way that it did, and it's still holding popularity. I think on Twitch it's still incredibly big. Okay, well, right now it's not peak time, so it's like 18.3k viewers. But look, it's still a popular game. People still play this game a lot. Maybe I can find it on Steam charts, which doesn't include, yeah, it doesn't include console, but in 24 hours just on Steam it had 141,000 players. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. It keeps the same amount of players like for so long and so consistently. So it's clearly a good game, and I personally had a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun in this game. I think it's really cool to just wind down and get into this. It feels so casual, target focused, and it just feels good to play. It's a satisfying game to play. I feel like I'm going to be playing this game for a long time. Maybe not consistently, but I'm going to be going back to it like a lot. Call of Duty Warzone, I never really got into it. I played it. I think I played it for over 20 hours, maybe up to 50 hours. I just don't find it. I could never get into it. It's just not fun for me. I don't know. Could never get into it. I like the battle royale genre, but I never played PUBG whenever it was peak. I'm gonna talk about Fortnite in a moment. Apex Legends is my favorite game out of all of them. I'm gonna spoil that. But this, could never get into it. I can see why people like it though. I mean, I think the time to kill is similar to Fortnite, but it's much faster than Apex Legends, I think. So it can be really fun, I guess, because you just get in there, and if you get a drop on someone, they just die. But for the same reason, it can be unfun for you if you just play it and you got this god-like gamer on the other side that just murders you. Yeah. Fortnite, on the other hand, I'd say I probably like it more than Warzone, but it's not that far off. It's not that much better for me. Now, if we're gonna talk objectively, it's probably an S tier game. Objectively speaking, it's probably an S tier game. It's incredible how popular it still is, even though I feel like the battle royale genre is pretty much dead outside of these 3 games. I'm not gonna put Apex in yet, but I feel like the genre is pretty much dead outside of these games. Like, you don't have new games that use the battle royale scene, and I think the only reason is because these 3 games have an audience, and they kind of keep that audience over years, kind of like how maybe you play a game for like years on end, and it's like you're not quitting the game because maybe you're not really in love with it, but maybe you're just kind of dedicated to it, and maybe it's a bit of an addiction. It's a bit of a spoiler. The only time I've actually played Fortnite and I tried in it was whenever I got challenged by a friend who was playing a lot of Fortnite but wasn't playing ranked, and he said that he could get a higher rank than me, and I said no, I can definitely get a higher rank than you. And so I played for like a week while I had a full-time job. I got diamond, and I said, you know what, I think that's good enough. Now the game, the friend turned out to fucking cheat me, and he did not play the game at all ranked, so all that grinding was for nothing. But I say I had fun. However, I feel like after diamond is when the game gets sweaty. And also, I definitely do not play the building mode when I play it. I think just no building mode just feels better than building. However, I can see why people like the building mode, because it just creates a higher ceiling for the game. But I just don't, I'm not a fan of a kid building the Taj Mahal next to me. Apex Legends. As a game, and me having fun with the game, I think it's gotta be an A-tier game. The movement is so fun. The movement is so good in this game, and I'm gonna be talking about the movement later on of a game that's similar, but it's incredibly fun to just play this game. Now, I think I've played this game quite a bit. I think roughly the same amount as Marvel Rivals. Funny enough, I cannot really play the game anymore because I actually got banned for cheating in this game. Now, I never cheated in Apex Legends or any of these competitive games, or actually anything else other than like Flash games in like 2005. So I wear that shit with a badge of honor, okay? The fucking game thought that I'm cheating and I got banned? I mean, come on. That's right there, that's a medal. I need to have a medal for that shit. Call cap, you can call cap, that's okay, that's fine. I don't actually know if I can make another account. Maybe I should try at some point. I'd like to go back and revisit Apex Legends. But the story of how I got banned and why and stuff like that, maybe I'll save it for another day. But yeah, that's a fun fact. Overwatch. Personally, I enjoy it less than Marvel Rivals. I've played it. I think it feels different than Marvel Rivals. It's like weird. It feels smooth, if I can say that. Even watching it, you can see how it like feels different than Marvel Rivals. I don't even know how to explain it, but smooth may be the best word for it. I did like it, however, when I played it. I just don't really go back to it, and I think now that Marvel Rivals is out, it kind of feels in the same niche for me. And so if I'm feeling like playing a hero shooter, I'm just gonna go to Marvel Rivals rather than Overwatch. But I think maybe from time to time I'm gonna feel like, I don't know, playing like McCree or something, you know, and just go back and have a feel for the game. I feel like it's pretty average though. I never really grinded this game. I just kind of played it for fun. So I don't really know what rank I'm in Overwatch. What's my rank here? I think for Marvel Rivals for Marvel Rivals right now it's Diamond, but my peak is Grandmaster 1. Apex was Platinum whenever I got banned. Overwatch, I think it's similar to Apex, but I never got banned and I never actually like grinded properly. And Fortnite, I said, is Diamond. And CSGO, I never got my rank in CSGO. It just takes way too long to get a rank in CSGO, and I never played CSGO or CS2. And I never played CS2 for like that long in a span of time that I could actually get my rank. I think usually whenever I feel the CS itch, I just kind of play for like a day or two, and then I just kind of let the game, I leave the game for another 6 months. I decided to put Aimlabs in because Aimlabs is, I guess it's kind of a competitive game. It's kind of a competitive shooter. You have ranks in that game, right? Like your flicking can be a certain rank, and then your tracking can be a different rank. Yeah, so like you can have all kinds of ranks. So I decided to put it in because you can technically get ranked in this and play competitively for a ladder. However, If you play this game competitively and this is the only game that you play to get better at, you don't play it in accordance with something else, you are just kind of a cringe person, okay? You shouldn't be playing just Aimlabs. And I know there are some people out there, sorry to offend you, you shouldn't just be playing Aimlabs, you should be playing other video games, okay? And this is a training tool. This shouldn't be a solely a game. With that being said though, if you take a look at my Steam account and at the games I play, this is maybe the most embarrassing thing I could say it right now. Aimlabs will be at the top with almost 1,500 hours in it. In my defense, a lot of these hours are AFK, okay? Because I would use it to train my aim while playing Valorant like long ago, and I would keep basically Aimlabs on the entire day, not necessarily playing it and actively doing it. However, I do have 1,500 games in it, and because that's cringe, I'm gonna keep it in F. Paladins. If you don't know, Paladins is a hero shooter game, and usually whenever you hear Paladins, you hear it in the same sentence as Overwatch clone. When you're gonna hear this game, it's gonna be in that context, and maybe for a good reason, honestly. Like, you hear Paladins, you know it's Overwatch clone, and many people that don't even play Paladins or have never heard of Paladins will know of it as an Overwatch clone. However, I think it's quite cool. I think it's a cool game, and I played it for a long time. I don't know how long I played it, because I didn't play it on Steam for most of the time. I think right now it's on Steam. But I played it a lot because it's really fun. It's a really fun game. Now, here is what I really like about the game, and it's the fact that it has a card system. Now, what are cards? Cards are pretty much a way to customize the hero you are playing. So think about it. I'm gonna use Marvel Rivals terms. Think about it if you're like playing Hell, I imagine, and then you can have cards that maybe modify your build or your way of playing towards your stun, and maybe when you stun a target, maybe you get extra damage for like the next shot, right, on that target that was stunned. Or maybe you stun a target and then your gun doesn't use ammo for like 3 seconds or something like that. Or you can have your right click getting reset on every kill, and then you can be like a right click machine and like a damage machine. Or you can have your shift resetting cooldown every time you headshot. So pretty much like you can be either like an assassin with a stun build, or you can be like the off angle monster, because every time you headshot you can take another off angle and shift to somewhere else. So it really changes the way you play the game. And also you also have a shop system. So basically you can have like cooldown reduction, ult reduction, you can have life rip, which is basically like lifesteal from League of Legends, or wrecker, and it helps you break shields. So it takes those RPG things, like RPG elements, and puts them into the game and customizes your agent, your hero, so that it feels better as the game goes on, and it makes the game more dynamic. Also, you can't change, if I remember this correctly, you can't change heroes in this game like you can swap in games like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. So basically, no, 100% you can't swap, yeah. So you can just upgrade that same agent, and you kind of decide as well with the cards, like at the beginning of the game, hey, I want to be playing like this, so then throughout the game I need to focus on buying these items. So it's kind of an RPG hero shooter type of thing. I really like this game. I think it was the casual oriented Overwatch before Marvel Rivals, and unfortunately it seems that the servers are not shutting off, but they stopped putting out updates for the game, and it's kind of in a maintenance mode. Basically, I think once Marvel Rivals came out, it just kind of killed Paladins, because it just became like the well-polished version of Paladins. Because if you don't know, Paladins is made by Hi-Rez, and Hi-Rez is a pretty bad company, in the sense that I think their monetization schemes are not the best, and the way they deal with money is not the best. And so they don't really polish the game. The game has bugs, and probably has bugs since it's closed beta. So they don't really have their focus in the right places. And I'm sad. It's very sad. So I can't, like, probably it's a C tier game now that it's dead, or an F tier. But I have to put it in B tier because it scratches such a specific niche. And it genuinely feels good to play whenever you play this game. It's just sad to hear that it's kind of a dead game. So I couldn't like put it any more up than B. The finals. I legit think the finals might be a C tier game, and not because it's bad, but it's because it's forgettable. It's I've played it whenever it came out, and there was that that whole the finals thing, wherever people were like extremely excited for the game. But I genuinely, when I think of it, I can't remember like things that are memorable from the game, if that's the case. However, when I played it, I did have fun. Now, I do think that if I would play it any longer, I would probably get bored, because I think the gameplay loop is pretty repetitive. So I think maybe C is a good place, because I don't necessarily see myself going back to it unless a very specific itch gets to me, and I'm like, oh, I really want to play the finals. But I feel like it's so forgettable that I might not even have that. So I think it's going to be like the bottom of C, with games that I'm not really particularly a fan of, and I don't really see myself going back to. Skill. Many of you do not know this game, and honestly, I don't blame you. Skill is basically a Call of Duty clone, but like a low quality Call of Duty clone. And man, let me tell you, it was so fun to play this when I was a teenager, because this game doesn't really have a ladder. Right? This game has no ladder, it has no ranks or anything like that. I'm pretty sure the matchmaking just puts you like with random people all the time. And it's like you'll have like 2 gods in the lobby, and then 15 people that never touched a mouse in their life, and it's just mayhem. But it was so fun to play. It was so fun to play. Now, I don't know if it's actually, I think at some point when I was looking into this, the game was dead. The game was genuinely just dead, like the servers were offline. Now, I don't know, I think it may be back, or it's not, or whatever, but it was genuinely a fun game, and I have to put it over all the other games in C tier. And the only reason it's C tier is because it might be dead. If it's not dead, it goes in B. Smite. Smite is another game by Hi-Rez, the same people that made Paladins. And this is not Smite 2. Smite 2 is out. I'm gonna talk specifically about Smite 1, because I've not played Smite 2. So Smite 1 is gonna look a bit different, but it's pretty much an MMO like League of Legends. Not an MMO, what the hell is League of Legends? A MOBA. It's basically like a MOBA like League of Legends or Dota, but it's in third person, and the catch is that it's like gods, like anti-gods, like Ymir, like Zeus and Poseidon and Hades and shit like that. So that's kind of the appeal of it, but it's made by Hi-Rez, so it's basically like a bad quality MOBA. And I'm not necessarily, I don't really want to trash Hi-Rez here, but they are not really known for making polished games. However, it was kind of fun when I played it. I didn't really go back to it, but I used to get the itch to play Smite, and I think like at some point I'm gonna try Smite 2, and I might probably even enjoy it. So I do want to put it in like low B tier, the lowest of the B tier, because I did enjoy it, and sometimes I have the feeling of going back to it. Man, Titanfall 2. I never played Titanfall 2 whenever it was the Titanfall 2 phase, whenever people were going crazy for this game, and the competitive scene was alive, and people were like having a bunch of fun. The movement in this game is incredible. It's some of the best movement ever. But because I played the game so much later, whenever I got into the lobbies and I was trying out these things and I was playing the game, it felt like empty. Like there were obviously some bots in the lobby and stuff like that. So I can't like, honestly, I can't really recommend to myself playing this game anymore. And I don't really have the itch of going back to it. But I played the single player and I played the competitive for a bit and I had fun. I just think that they need to make a Titanfall 3, man. They need to make a Titanfall 3 game. I think it's long overdue and it would probably kill. I mean, can you imagine the excitement if they would actually make Titanfall 3? And how fun that would be. I don't know why. I actually have no idea why they're not making another one. I can't think to myself why. Teamfight Tactics. First of the Riot games. I left all the Riot games games at the end of the tier list. But this is the first of the Riot games game. And it's probably my least favorite as well. Not probably, definitely my least favorite as well. However, it's not a bad game. I've played the game before. I don't know how long I've played it, but I've not played it very long. Because it's truly not my type of game. I can see the appeal though. I can see why people like it and it's such a popular game. And it's truly a good game. It's a good game and it was fun whenever I played it. It's just not really my type of thing. I like a bit more action. I like a bit more control. But I get the strategy behind it and it's still a competitive game. It's just a battle royale between, what, 8 people or something? I think I enjoyed it more than the games in B tier, honestly. I just don't really go back to it. But I don't go back to these games a whole lot either. I'm gonna put it bottom of A tier just because it's such a good game. I genuinely respect Teamfight Tactics so much. Just for how it's made, and it turned from like a it was like a League of Legends mode into an entirely new game, and people just play this specifically and not League of Legends anymore. And I think it's crazy that they managed to do that. It's kind of it's almost like a CS, like Counter-Strike thing all over again. Valorant. I really want to put Valorant in A tier under Counter-Strike. I really want to do it, but I can't. I can't for the life of me put it under S tier, because it might be the game, not even might, it is the game out of all of them that I've played the most. Because man, they just have such a good game at their hands. Valorant is such a good game at its core. I feel like if you look back and you look at the first year of Valorant, which I think it was the golden age, I think that is genuinely like up here with Counter-Strike, objectively speaking. Now, whatever they've done to the game, I think it's a bit sad. I think they kind of... I'm still enjoying the game. I play it a lot, obviously. It is the game that I reached the highest rank in. My peak is Immortal 3. Fucking, I'm so washed now. I am Ascendant 3. But I did reach the highest rank that I could out of this game, out of all of the games. But I think, and here is, I think this might be the best way to put it. Apex did to Battle Royale genre what people thought that Valorant could do with tactical shooters. And I think Valorant had that, man, which is what's pissing me off. Valorant had that in the first year. They had that figured out. The agents that were coming out and they put out from beta, they were doing exactly what they were meant to do. And it created like the tactical shooter with funky utility. But then something went wrong, man. Something went wrong at the Valorant headquarters, and they just, I don't know, they drank the stupid juice, man. Because whatever they kept making after that, it's not good. It's not good. I feel like it's lost the essence of what it was meant to be. And now it's just like, how can I not use the Cadral clip? Like, truly this is what it is, and can you even blame him?
Look at this chat. Let's rush the bomb site. Blue wall. Raining smoke. Nami ult. Fucking, I don't know what that is. Fucking Nasus E all over the site. Incoming nukes. Nukes dropping down. Wall. Pushing over the rocket with rocket launcher flying over. Insane splash grenade. Fucking laser beam from the sky. This guy can't see anything. He sees blue. This guy sees yellow. He sees something. He's flash. This guy peeks. A kill. I can see. I can't see. This guy's casting a spell. More smoke. More rain. More lasers from the sky. Green. This guy's a dog. Sniper. And then the site's taken. Like, what in the fuck is that game?
Yeah, what in the fuck is that game, man? Like, here's the thing. I think people think that it's one of those situations with like League of Legends, like when you see a team fight and people that are outside the game, they can't tell what's happening, and the people inside the game can tell. But I don't think so, because I'm looking at that and I'm like, I'm so confused myself, and I have no idea. If I would be on that side, I have no idea how I would play. It's just like you gotta get like Faker into flow state and just go crazy. Just start dodging the first ability that you can see. But chances are you can't fucking dodge everything, because that is crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. And I think that if Valorant will keep doing the same thing, it will just become like way too much, and it will be just a retake simulator type of game, because they've. And I'm probably gonna bring this up in another game when I bring out criticism for Valorant. But there is just way too much outward utility and not enough inward utility, and the area of effect of things is way too big, with sites being way too small. It's just gonna become a retake simulator. It's just like the retake mode in Counter-Strike. However, I think they have gold here, and I think they can still bring it back. I think they can still figure out this game. They recently nerfed Teho, which is a good step, which is exactly what they should have done. But honestly, Teho should have never came out. Agents like Teho should have never came out, or agents like Neon should have never came out. It's not. I don't think that's even a hot take. I think that's a cold take. That is a not even a cold take. That shit's room temperature. That shit's as dull as it can be. Just these agents have nothing to do with the game and what it stands for. It creates a whole different genre. However, once more, the fundamentals of Valorant are S tier, and it might be the game that, not even might, it is the game that I've enjoyed playing the most, but it's also the game that's made me rage the most. Now, lastly, League of Legends. League of Legends is a game that I've not played for 5 years. I've not played this game for 5 years, and I've played it quite a bit. I thought I played it for more seasons, but turns out I've only played it for 4 seasons. I picked Gold 3, okay? Like, I was not good in this game. The only reason I played only 4 seasons is because I think roughly at this time, 2020, right? Valorant came out, and when Valorant came out, it just took me over. But the game is so good. Like, League of Legends is genuinely a good game. It just had so many iterations, and it's been a game for so long that people will say that the game maybe is shit now, or it was shit at some point, but that's because they look at it in context of other seasons, and also in context of just like nostalgia. So they would compare it with itself and with their own memories at that time. So I, for example, really enjoy the game. I think it's straight up, like, League of Legends is straight up a really good game and a fun game. I was a AD carry main, and man, let me tell you, AD carries do not have a good life in League of Legends. I don't know if they do now, but when I was playing it, they did not have a good life, and you would get abused, and this game made me rage a lot. But man, it's a good game. Like, you can't take that away from League of Legends. People say that it's brain dead and it's a bad game and shit. That's just hating. You're just hating on the game. It's like hating on Fortnite for the sake of hating on Fortnite. League of Legends is straight up like a high A to an S tier game, and I feel like because I've not played it in such a long time, I have to put it in A tier. But if I would play the game continuously and I would have went back for it, then I would have put it in S tier. Oh, and if this would be Earth, like strictly just Earth, and if you don't know what Earth is, it's basically you having an agent and the cooldowns are reduced by 80%. You use no mana, so basically it's just chaos. It's just chaos. If it would be just straight up just Earth, that's an S tier. Earth is so fun. Every single time I quit League of Legends, I would go back, like during the seasons that I did not play, if I heard that Earth is online, I would download League of Legends again just to play Earth. Because that game mode is so fun. I never understood why they would not make Earth like a permanent edition. And maybe because the hype would not be as high if you always have Earth. But it's so fun. It's so fun. I have to put it in A tier though. Should I make an objective tier list really quick? Maybe I should turn this in an objective tier list. So here is an objective tier list. League of Legends goes up to S. Valorant, as it states right now in current form, is an A tier. Marvel Rivals, genuinely, it's an S tier game. Apex can stay here. Teamfight Tactics, I am not too familiar with it at this point, so I cannot put it in S tier, but it might be really close. Aimlabs, god damn it, Aimlabs is gotta be like an A tier. Actually no, for competitiveness it's still in F tier, fuck that. Fortnite, S tier game. Warzone, A tier. The Final C, Skill C, Titanfall C, that's because they're dead games. Paladins is gotta be like C because it's a dead game. Overwatch might legit be an A tier game. No, Warzone can't be A. I changed up my mind, Warzone can't be A. And Smite 2 has the potential of being in B, so I'm gonna be considering Smite 2 for this, not the original Smite. And I think this might be like an objective tier list right now. Is there anything I want to change? Yes, Fortnite needs to go up. Yeah, this is good. So Fortnite needs to be above Marvel Rivals, but Fortnite cannot overtake these two games. Their legacy is just way too big. It's just way too prominent. And Valorant, this is maybe me hating. It might be an S tier game, but with its current state, if I would place Valorant like first year in here, it would be there. But this is not Valorant first year. This is Valorant current. That is my final objective tier list. However, this means nothing. This means nothing. The other tier list is way better. But because I've been talking about League of Legends, I said I quit League of Legends 5 years ago. Today I'm coming back to League of Legends. I will be trying League of Legends in 2025. I am so curious of how this game is right now. I've been seeing some gameplay, especially during the AT&T tournament, and I'm gonna finish up this stream by playing League of Legends and seeing how League of Legends is in 2025. Now, this tier list is gonna go up on YouTube. So if you enjoy it, you should subscribe so that you don't miss the next video that I'm gonna put out, which is gonna be the one about my opinions of League of Legends in 2025 and how that goes. If you don't wanna miss that, you should be subscribing and liking the video. Nah, this is not possible. He's perma... Bro! Fuck! Did you mean to queue bot, Viego? There's... Take it by a fucking tent, my guy! This life, dude. The life of an AD carry.